having been too young for me. And anyway, I'd never liked him. And now, even though he was a grown-up man, he still hung around that block. Still spent hours on the street corners, was always high and raggy. I used to run into him from time to time, and he'd often work around to asking me for a quarter or 50 cents. He always had some real good excuse, too, and I always gave it to him. I don't know why. But now, abruptly, I hated him. I couldn't stand the way he looked at me, partly like a dog, partly like a cunning child. I wanted to ask him what the hell he was doing in the school courtyard. He sort of shuffled over to me and he said, "I see you got the papers. You already know about it." "You mean about Sonny?" "Yes, I already know about it. How come they didn't get you?" He grinned. It made him repulsive, and it also brought to mind what he'd looked like as a kid. I wasn't there. I stay away from them people. Good for you. I offered him a cigarette and watched him through the smoke. "You come all the way down here just to tell me about Sonny?" "That's right." He was sort of shaking his head and his eyes looked strange, as though they were about to cross. The bright sun deadened his damp, dark brown skin, and it made his eyes look yellow, and showed up the dirt in his kinked hair. He smelled funky. I moved a little away from him, and I said, "Well, thanks, but I already know about it, and I got to get home." "I'll walk you a little ways," he said. We started walking. There were a couple of kids still loitering in the courtyard, and one of them said goodnight to me and looked strangely at the boy beside me.